What up? What up? Y'all can see by the title we headed to the range. Appreciate y'all tapping in. A little sweaty over here, but we good though. Let's get cracking. But what's up with y'all though, man? We got some questions. Anybody want to talk, chit chat? Holla at me. We ain't got too much going on right now. Like I said, we just on our way to the range. About to do that, do some recording, and that's probably gonna be about it, honestly. It's kind of windy out, so hopefully when I start recording with these new mics, it ain't all windy and whatnot, so y'all can't hear, you know, what I'm doing and saying. So I'm gonna bring 2 cameras out today, and that way, when I do it, yeah, so that way when I do it, even if it gets too windy and I can't, you know, get what I'm trying to get going on as far as the volume and the audio is concerned, I'll just go ahead and I use both cameras, and I just kind of do like the little background talk, basically like explaining everything I'm doing. But like I said, it's super windy out here down in Alabama. It's actually feeling like a real fall down here. Normally we don't even get a fall. Normally we just shoot from summer like straight to winter. What up, bro? I gotta shoot a shotgun tomorrow. Mossberg. Oh, that 590 Cruiser. That's what's up. You know, I got that Benelli Nova. I like the Benelli Supernova, but that Benelli Nova is a beast. And I like that Mossberg too, that 590. That's if I ain't mistaken, I think the Marines be using that one. Either the Mossberg, is it Mossberg 590 or Remington? I can't remember which one. But yeah, what's that? Oh man, I'm shooting we're gonna be shooting the pistols. We got the Glock 19 Gen 5 we shooting today. We got the Glock 49 Gen 5 MOS. We're gonna be shooting that today with the new red dot. I did a little review on the red dot that I got from Primary Arms. I typically had this Ameriglow red dot. It's like a cold Ameriglow red dot. It's one of their newer ones, but I had tried to go with something that's a little bit, you know, a little bit cheaper or whatever, to kind of show you like you can have high end, low end, and you still go get good quality if you know what you're doing. But I'm shoot the 11.5 BCM. I'm shoot the recce rifle that I built. Shoot that, get that sighted in with the new scope that we got on it for the LPVO, and try to find me an offset mount for a red dot so I can throw another red dot on the offset. But I'm still working on it right now. Can y'all, man, heck no, we can't have no switches in Alabama. Is you crazy? I won't even say I wish we could, honestly, because I ain't the type of person that's gonna even be entertaining like having something like that on my firearm anyway. Like, to me, it don't even make no sense, honestly, because having full auto, in my opinion, and from what I know and seen, even in the military, that's for like suppressed fire. So it's not really like I guess people use it as a quote unquote like an assault style, like you're on the offense, but it's typically for like suppressed fire to move from one position to another. But with a caliber that low, you know, I mean, I guess you can use it in an offensive way, but I mean, you go get you a lot of collateral damage when it comes to something like that with them switches. Like people say, they on demon time, so don't nobody care about collateral damage. You know, whoever get hit, just get hit. But it, you know, it's screwed. That's messed up. But that switch game, they can have that. That's kind of dumb to me. But that, like I said, that's my opinion. And no, we can't have that in Alabama. But I want to say, somebody was saying like it ain't even no federal laws against it yet. Or I guess they working on something. I could be wrong, but I heard them saying about the switches like it ain't even no federal laws on them things yet. But you will get arrested for it. But as far as like time getting served and all that, like I ain't really sure about that. Yeah, some states might allow them. I ain't sure which ones though, because like I said, when I heard about it before, they really ain't have no laws about it, and they was just kind of trying to arrest people when they found out, you know, when they found out that they were buying them online. They were kind of like, you know, searching the web, see who's searching it, see who's purchasing it from. Like, you know, they probably got like a main spot that people was getting them from, so they probably was just like, you know, following the trail for those folks. And you know, that's probably how they was getting, you know, getting a hold of people. But now, you know, folks getting caught with them. But like I said, man, you got that switch on you, man. You playing with fire at that point. I wouldn't want nothing to do with that. My badge, I'm about to badge into the range. All right, so we good to go now. We about to pull in, go through this little gate wooded area. I would flip it around for y'all, but I got the camera like on my little base right now, so I ain't gonna be able to take it off. But it's nice out here. Outdoor range is out in the middle of the woods out here. It look like fall heaven out here, honestly. It look like they'll shoot a movie out here that'll probably be on Hallmark or something like that. You know, got all the orange, brown leaves all on the ground, you know. So I love it, man. If I had a Porsche 911, I'd probably be flying through here. I in my mind, I got that vision of just like doing like 80 around in the country. You got the, you know, brown leaves blowing all up in the wind and all. So yeah, that's my vision. I'll get there one day. One day. But what else up with y'all though, man? What y'all got popping out here? I know I ain't got too much interesting stuff to talk about, but I should try to do some lives though. Honestly, I ain't never thought about doing a live. I think I did one. I did a collaboration live with somebody like a while back, and it went pretty good. So I think I might get back into doing that. Honestly, you know, get my own little live setup times. Yeah, man, you gotta love them outdoor ranges, bro. You got to. It ain't nothing better. Once I started shooting outdoors, maybe like 2020, I think it was like 2020, yeah. I started shooting outdoors, and man, after that, it was just like, I couldn't do the indoor no more. I think I might have shot indoors maybe like 2 or 3 times since 2020. And I mean, throughout the year, I'm shooting in all weather, cold, rain, super hot. I'm talking about I'd have been out drenched in sweat out there, you know, on the range. But like you said, it ain't nothing like it. It really ain't nothing like it. IG platforms. Yeah, I heard. As a matter of fact, I got an Instagram, but since I started doing my YouTube, I done got so focused on like on this right here that I don't even get on Instagram. I don't get on TikTok. I sure don't be on Facebook, but now I'm starting to see that I should probably like start trying to work on other platforms, since I kind of like, you know, started to get some momentum on here, start to get, you know, revenue and stuff like that from YouTube. It's like, all right, cool. Maybe I should go ahead and try to, well, I don't know if they say diversify your buns or whatever, but yeah, definitely try to reach out and tap into another area when it comes to the Navy Vet 88. You know, the community that I'm trying to push, the knowledge, the acceptance, the inclusiveness, for sure. We don't have ranges in DC. I gotta go to Maryland, VA. Yeah, man. Now when I lived in VA, because I lived in Virginia for like 10 years, and when I was out there, I went to the range. It was always indoors. I never knew any ranges like that outdoors, but I wasn't as engulfed in the culture like that either. And look, now that I look back at it, looking at like the landscape of Virginia, I'm pretty sure they got like hella ranges that's outside, but you got to be in the know from what I've been seeing in order to even get to some of these ranges that are the outdoor ranges. Like, you really got to be in the know, because even with the range I'm at now, if it weren't for my homeboy that I knew, that I was at another range that was an outdoor range with, I probably wouldn't even know about this range. But the more I see people be more engulfed in the culture, it's easier to find these ranges like that. So yeah, I'm about to I'm actually pulling up right now, as a matter of fact, and it ain't nobody at this base, so I'm about to have a ball out here. I should have went and got me some more ammo, but oh well, I got enough to do what I want to do right now. Cut that work, man. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like I said, I'm here at the range now. I'm about to go out here and get it in. The bay is open, ain't nobody out here. It's super chill, but as a matter of fact, I got my supervisor to get me some time off today. So after I did my 11 o'clock runs, like, I was done for the day. So I'm gonna probably be out here for a minute, and then after that, I'll probably go check out some stuff at Academy, go to the gun store. It's this one spot called dang, what's the name? I forget the name of it. Precision Tactical, I think that's the name of it. They right down the block, so I'll probably go check them out. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, looking at the channel. Shit, big thumbs up, my guy, for sure. Like I said, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Thanks for the information about the IG live and trying to do that. Like I said, this is my first time really doing a live situation since I did a collab back in like 2021 or something like that, and it was straight. So I'm gonna get out here, I'm gonna do some recording. I got some new gear, new camera. Well, I got an old camera, it's just a better camera, should I say. And yeah, I'm gonna do some work, and I'll probably try to do some editing before the day is over with, and probably do some shorts or something like that before I get up out of here. Hook up some quick shorts and then go home, get in the lab, get on the laptop, you know, do some work, do some editing and stuff like that. And shit, that's about it, honestly. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And also, I'm looking for some advice, because every time I get online, I'm on people's like channels and comment sections and shorts and all that. I'm always asking people like, what kind of camera y'all using? How do y'all like make it to where you can see what you're doing from the opposite side in front of you, but the camera seems to look still, but you're still moving. I ain't big on this tech stuff, so I be having to like ask people and try to figure it out, but I swear folks don't want to get no information. So I try to look it up online, but I can't really find exactly what I'm looking for how I'm trying to explain it. So maybe I just don't know how to type it in right. But if y'all got some advice, man, shoot that out, let me know, because I'm trying to get, like, I guess it's like GoPros or something like that, I don't know, but I'm trying to figure out how they do it and get these like crispy clear ass pictures when they trying to do like the reviews and stuff like that, so that way I can have the camera looking like it's in front of me, but it's looking like down or like overhead, and then I could do what I'm trying to do and it look real clear and crispy. I don't know how to do that, because I mess around and have my phone hanging from the ceiling trying to, you know, make shit happen, because that's what I've done before in the past. Not hanging from the ceiling, but I've used little coffee cans, mugs. I use everything to try to pop my phone up, whatever I can do to try and get it to, you know, get the angle that I'm looking for. But now that I'm starting to have so much more content and stuff that I really like to see and stuff that I really want to put out, I'm trying to put it out in a way that is, you know, people like it, honestly. That's what I'm trying to do. So it's entertaining and interesting. When you look at it, it look clear, it sounds good. So that's what I'm working on now. You know, I've gotten to the point where I got everything that I feel like I need in order to, you know, have a product. Now I'm just trying to bring the product to y'all, and it's whipped up right. Basically, it's whipped up right, and it's in the right, you know, baggy, right, you know, vial, whatever. So yeah, that's what's most important to me right now. Having the gear and the guns and all that, I got that. I appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure serving, man. It was a pleasure serving. I enjoyed every day. I had some down days, don't get me wrong. I had some days that I wanted to jump off the fantail, and it ain't had nothing to do with work. So anybody, you know, that's dealing with like mental illness and stuff like that, like that's a real thing. So, you know, check on your homies, check on your friends, especially your friends in the military, because like I said, I'd have had days where I wanted to just, you know, just hop off that fantail. I ain't even care, you know. But like I said, I enjoyed every minute of it, man. We partied hard, we drunk hard, we seen the world. I've been to Portugal, through France, Italy, Bahrain, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Where else did we go? Greece. And I'm trying to think of where else I went, but I don't remember all the exact spots that I went to in all them different places. But I know being in like Dubai and Bahrain, I remember being there exactly where I was at, especially in Bahrain on the base out there. And where else was we at that I remember? And Italy, I remember going to Rome. I was out in Rome like all day long. Took a train out there. I think maybe took like 2 hours to get up on the train from where we were at. But that was bomb, man. I'm trying to go back and vacation in Rome again, like for real. Then I've been to the islands, Dominican Republic, Bahamas, all that. So that ain't nothing new. But one thing that somebody told me, and this was somebody who actually isn't even from the country, and I always thought this was cool. He was like, Americans always trying to leave America to go to all these different places. But he was like, when you go to Europe, all these places that people try to go and visit in Europe, they're all like so interconnected. Like everything is like right there, and within the train ride away, and you hit this spot, you hit that spot, and it's like you're really not too far from these spots when you're going through Europe. But he was like, being in America is different. He was like, because for y'all, America is like a whole world in comparison to people who live out of the country. So I was trying to figure out what he was saying. He was like, you all have a whole entire country, and you have 50 states, and each one of those states is like its own country. You got your own thing in every state. And I thought about it, I was like, you know what? You're right. Because if you go to Florida, if you go to South Florida, it's a whole nother world from Northern Florida. So being in Jacksonville and all that ain't gonna be like being down in Miami. The vibe is different. I mean, it's still Florida, but it's like you in a whole nother world, whole nother state. It almost seemed like them two states not even in the same, them two cities not even in the same state. And I just use those for example. Same, you know, with Alabama, you got your country area, you got your city areas. You go to Cali, I mean, I don't know how many people in here from California, but you know, you got like Northern California, Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, you know, all that. But then from what I hear, going down to LA and San Diego is nothing like that. The culture is different, the people are different, people operate different. You know, you go to, I mean, I like going to Ohio, so you know, you got Cleveland, then you got Sandusky or whatever when you're going out to the country to going to like Cedar Point and all that. Then you got like Columbus and Dayton and Cincinnati. You know, it's all different. And so I kind of got what he was saying, man. When you go to these different states, it's its own world within inside of the state. So he was like, I don't get why people are so pressed to go out the country when you can go to another state and be in a whole nother world. Kind of like going to Texas, I guess, from El Paso up to San Antonio, up to Houston, then up to Dallas, and it's kind of like different vibe each part that you visit. So I get what he was saying, you know. But when we tourists, you know, we want to go out and see something different. You know, you want a good beach, you can go down to what's that spot down in Florida? Daytona. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think at Daytona, or I forget what my boy said he was at. Tampa. I think it was Tampa. Yeah, he was in Tampa. He was like, the beaches is just as fire there as going to the Bahamas. But I'd have been to both. But to me, ain't nothing like that water in the Bahamas, because I call it glass. And I'm talking about you can stick your feet in the sand while you neck deep in the water, look down, wiggle your toes, and you can still see the sand moving. So yeah, you can't beat that. I guess when you visit, you typically just going to see like historical monuments and stuff. When you go to another country, you go to see the Colosseums, the Vatican, you go see the Eiffel Tower, you know, you go to the Louvre, you go to Africa or whatever, you know, you go see the pyramids and go through Gaza, whatever, back in Africa and Memphis, and where else out there? Memphis, Egypt, Cairo, like all, you just visiting through all of them spots. So, you know, I can see why they said that about traveling, but like I said, as Americans, we travel, we just go to the monuments or the beach, and then we go back home. I had a FNX 45 twice. I'll send you some. I need to post a review picture on them. I had one when it first dropped, and that was back in like 2016 or 17. I want to say I had one. It was the black frame with like the silver slide. Then I sold it like a dumbass. And then years later, I always said I was go get another one, and then I end up getting the FNX 45 in that FDE colorway or whatever. But it wasn't the tactical. It was just, you know, the FNX 45. But I had got the suppressor height night sights on it. Had the plate milled for red dot, but it wasn't the 45 tactical. But even still, same weapon. You know what I mean? More features, threaded barrel. I loved it, honestly, and I think the 45 tactical, the FNX 45 tactical, I think that is probably the best home defense pistol. Some people don't like home defense pistols. They feel like you should have some type of like AR platform, even if it's an AR platform pistol, whether 300 blackout or 5.56 or, you know, PCC, like a pistol caliber carbine at 9mm. But for me, I'm gonna use whatever I got on hand. And I feel like if you out here like I am at the range, you train, you use whatever you want to use. If you know what you're doing, having a light, having a sling, and having some optics, you good to go. Yeah, man, my boy been trying to get me a suppressor for the longest. My boy in the Marines, and he every time I get on the phone with him, did you get your can yet? Did you get your can yet? He'll send me links where they got like buy one get one, like they just had on some website. I forget what the website was, but they had a buy one get one. And I still didn't get it because I'm like, I'm trying to buy other stuff right now, honestly. Like, I'm trying to make my money work for me and not, I guess, yeah, I'd never really understood the term, nor do I like the term. But yeah, once I'm getting these, you know, you get this revenue from here off of YouTube, it's like I try to keep a track of what I'm spending my bread on. So that way, when it comes in, I already know, like, okay, I spent X amount of dollars from this, and then let me buy that to go towards this right here, and then try to make that money increase the revenue out of here. Then, you know, I just kind of keep repeating the cycle. Puny 9mm was funny, big dude. Nah. I mean, I like 9. Don't get me wrong, but as far as like outside of a pistol, nah. Like, you know, those pistol caliber carbines, that ain't my style when it comes to pistol calibers. I'm a 9mm guy all day long, and I don't think I'll ever change, honestly. I'm pro 9mm, I'm pro Glock, because I got a few Glocks, and I've had, even the first time that I tried to get away from Glock, I ain't gonna lie to you, I told my boy, I was like, man, I'm finna get something different. He was like, no, you're not. He tried to get me on the CZ, so I ended up getting a CZP-01, but I sold it within like a couple of weeks. So when I was like determined that I was gonna get me another gun that I wanted, I ended up with a Shadow Systems XR920 Elite. And he was like, you basically went about another Glock, but Gucci'd out. I was like, yep, you're right. So I can't get away from him. Yeah, buy one get one not bad at all. You know, but they already had like certain ones. Yeah, you right to save the ear, but I worked on a flight deck with F-18s and helos flying all day. My hearing been trashed for the longest anyway, and my berthing that we slept in was like right up under the flight deck, and then my office that I worked out of when we weren't on the deck was right in the catwalk, and you were pretty much right there, still on the flight deck basically. But the buy one get ones they had, it was already for like specific types of cans that they were selling, so it wasn't like for the whole, you know, the whole entirety of the website. It was only like 5 or 6 different cans that they had, but it came with another can, and that can that it came with, all of those were all those calibers that came with the extra can were the exact same brand. Yeah, cans do save on your ears. That makes sense. I see. No, I ain't got the 21 Gen. Gen 5, I'm looking to get. Yeah, hey man, Glock Gen 5, anything you rock with, you can't go wrong. But you know, I'm an advocate for Glocks because that's my favorite pistols, first pistol I own. But my nostalgic pistol, I guess if you want to talk about nostalgia, is the Beretta M91A. Let's see, go big, bore or go home, 10mm 45. Man, you can keep all that 44 talk. Nah, that 10 mil talk, nah. But I do like to go to the woods, quote unquote, when I go to Tennessee, stand up in the cabins and stuff. And one time we did have a bear come through there, but it was just looking for trash. It was a honey bun wrapper in the trash. I actually think that the Airbnb people set us up to get, you know, experience, quote unquote. But nah, I ain't got no problems with the bear. Could tear up whatever they want to tear up. As long as they ain't trying to come in the crib, we good. Cause I will let that thing go. But 10mm, from what I hear, is something for that. You know, I ain't no big what you call it, Draco. I can't stand them Draco. I swear I hate them. But for something like a bear, yeah, I would have something like that. But it's more so to scare them off, because I was reading something where they were saying that Dracos were supposed to even be like something for mountain lions and stuff like that. That's why it's supposed to be so loud, and it ain't meant to be no type of defense weapon in that sense. But that's what I hear. Hey, salute, man. Jada Dunn, man. Salute. Glock 30. I like the Glock 30. The Glock platform is just everything anyway. You don't really need to change much. I know a lot of people do like the undercuts up under their the trigger guard, which I can see that because I've had it before, so I can see where the comfort comes from your hand being up under there and your knuckle rubbing it, especially if you're shooting a lot. But other than that, that platform that is built off of with the frame, I feel like is absolutely perfect. I feel like you can't go wrong. The PT92C is the way to go. I don't know nothing about no TARs. I ain't knocking it, I just don't know nothing about it. What about the 5.7? Depending on Glock 21, 5, or... Hey man, it's always gonna be Glock with me. But I like FN. I think SIG might be next for me after Glock, and then third would be FN. Kenny, you always here. You would put the P292C up though. I appreciate you tapping in. But as far as the 21 versus the 5.7, I'll go with the 21. I've shot the 5.7 before. I don't see what the hype is, but you know, that's me. Maybe I might be a little more traditional. Maybe I may not be big on the new thing that pops out, but I like it. The ballistics on it are crazy from what I've seen. I watched some gel tests and some velocity tests, some I forget the other one that they use, but I seen the testing on the 5.7 and I thought it was pretty dope. Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. Let me see. Bunch of recoil on them. Hella recoil on the Dracos. That's why I can't stand it. It's dumb. Hey man, you right. You ain't finna hit now with the Draco. But like I was saying earlier in the when I started this joint, I was talking to somebody earlier and we was talking about some killings that had happened out here, and a whole lot of people had got shot that ain't have nothing to do with what was going on. And I was telling them, I was like, yo, when you dealing with people, when they talk about being on demon time, that's what you get. When you got people that's on quote unquote demon time, they don't care about the extra people and the collateral damage and the carnage that they cause. So it's not a thing, in my opinion, where people say, oh, well, they shot everybody but who they were aiming at, so that means that they can't shoot. No, I think that just means that all those other people were in the way of who they were trying to shoot, and they didn't care about those people getting hit. It didn't have nothing to, even though it had nothing to do with them, when you're on demon time, you possessed by them demons. So you don't care about all them random people. Yeah, you ain't hit the people that you was trying to hit because you had to get past the 3-4 people in front of them that they was running away around. So that's just my take on that. Hell no, them ugly ass squared up clunky block. Man, 1911 is cold, man. That Prodigy by Springfield Armory, love it. Love it. I would get a staccato, but it costs too much. But that Springfield Prodigy, I had one on layaway. It was the 4 1/4 inch barrel with the red dot night sights. I forget, it was like a dragonfly or something like that. I forget what they call that little package. But I'm gonna get another one, believe that. Sig knew make that great stuff, man. Sig had that Legion that came out. That was my ish when that dropped some years back. That Sig Legion was everything. I think that was like 2015, 2016, something like that. Roll my bike to Knoxville, Tennessee. Had a few bears running across. I was in Tennessee eating at a restaurant one time, and I think they had it set up so the bears would like actually come back and forth between there. Some people don't like that. It didn't bother me because I know about black bears versus like brown bears and grizzly bears and the temperament of bears and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, these little black bears, they ain't doing that. They about as, I feel like they about as happy as a little puppy. If not just a little bit more scarier, because they really don't want to come up on you like that. But they nice. They're like big dogs to me. I like Canic. I like Canic, but what I don't like is when Terran Tactical, it's not that I didn't like what Terran Tactical did when they did that partnership or that collaboration with Canic. What I didn't like is the fact that people tried to make it seem like that Canic, that Terran Tactical Canic was like, oh, this it. And I'm like, but y'all weren't buying them $3,500 Glock Terran Tactical pistols that they've been making for the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. But now all of a sudden it made it more affordable. Now people are like, oh, okay, well, we rock with the Terran Tactical. Well, I'm like, this ain't even the best quality of stuff. You need to go get the other stuff they got. Go get the Pit Viper and all that. Then, come back and talk about it. But I ain't knocking on Canic though, man. They on the uprise. I love it. I love to see more people getting into a firearm that's coming from a company that's actually increasing the quality and increasing the product of what it can do and how it can serve you. It's not like a company just keep making the same, like them what's that, TARs, those the G2s, G3Cs, all that. It's like the same gun. Y'all just kind of changed it just a tad bit and then made a new one. But at least what I see with Canic, they keep like pushing the limit, and I can appreciate that. What up, Ryan Tactical? Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Hey man, that 38 is where it's at. You can't beat it. I don't care what nobody say. I appreciate about that beard, man. I try to do a little something with it when I can. But yeah, that 38 to point blank, you ain't escaping that 38. Sometimes when people talk about terminal ballistics and stuff like that and saying how certain calibers are like, oh, well, that's a weak caliber and that's not gonna do nothing, and that's, let me pop you with this small 22 or 25 from about 50 yards away if it can hit you and reach out there. So you want to talk about velocity is left and all that, and terminal ballistics not gonna, let me pop you with that, and you tell me if you go keep being about that action after you get hit from 50 yards with that 22, you probably gonna slow your ass down. That's what I tell people at the end of the day, like, I come from that shit. I come from the hood. I've seen people get gunned down. When you ain't seen that and you ain't lived in that type of lifestyle in that environment, you could say stuff like that. But when you've seen people being shot before on numerous occasions, you understand that it don't matter what caliber it is. You don't want to get shot because you've seen what happened in real time. I don't want to get shot with a BB gun. And that's truth. That's facts. Because motherfucker put that BB gun in your face and pop you in your nose, it's Rap City. And you going down, you're crying, your shit all might break. You never know. I like North Carolina, man. I was in Raleigh some years back, but I loved it though. No way. A bear is a bear. Nah, man, a bear ain't a bear, man. They different. They got different temperaments, and them black bears are just big dogs, big puppies, big old puppies. Blazerian, a little jail. I don't know what the Blazerian is, but yeah, I got it doing a little something. I got it twerking in the light, as they say. I got the thing twerking and shaking. I was in Iraq, Afghanistan, did. Oh, that's what's up, man. Christopher Michael, that's what's up, man. Salute your 5. I did 2 back-to-back, 2 combat deployments. Went, deployed, came back. was back for about 6 or 7 months, trained all between that time so that we could stay certified, then deployed again, and then got extended on that second deployment for about another like month and a half or so. But salute, man, you did 5, and that's, hey man, that's it. Bullshit at home, but get hit with a 38, survive. Hey man, I ain't talking about survival. I mean, you know, now old boys, you know, saying like 38 to the head, lights out, is done. But my thing is getting hit was, because the first person get hits in the battle anyway, I think it's the person that's gonna lose. It's over with. I mean, we hear the stories about a lot of, you know, spec ops people and this and that, but for the most part, average person, man, you get hit, you go slow up. That don't mean that you might stop, because some people's body just be going into adrenaline mode, and you start having adrenaline dump, everything in your body starts to use itself as energy, and then you might try to have that fight or flight, and still might try to keep doing what you're doing. But for the most part, man, you get hit. That first one get hit, it's a wrap for you. You got too much to think about now. You're thinking about your life and if you go even live. K9, that's what's up, man. I like them K9 units, man. Y'all get busy. Y'all got a dangerous job, because y'all be in the thick of it when it comes to using K9s and security checkpoints. Them patrols that y'all have to do, like, yeah, y'all really in the thick of it. I don't even think a lot of people recognize that, but you just as entwined with the shits when you over there with the K9 units as pretty much anybody else that they would make a movie about. Powerful, that 25 cal, that ain't no joke. Yeah, them air guns is sick, man. My boy, he do the, what's that, the airsoft challenges and stuff, and I've seen some of the airsoft, them guns, the pressure that come behind them. Yeah, you can take a few people out in the room if you wanted to, for real. I ain't gonna say you'll kill them, but you damn sure you'll take control of that room. That's for sure. If you come and hit them with them 200-300 rounds flying per second, yeah. Marines, Army, K9. So that's what's up, man. Man, firefighting in the mountains. That's crazy. I seen some GoPro cam of some guys out there fighting in the mountains and on the hills, and that shit's wild. It is very wild, especially when it's like daytime and you can't even see what's going on. Because my guy told me, that's in the Marines, the one I told you I keep trying to get me to get the cam or whatever, but you know, people like him, they'd be gunfights that they'd rather have at night, because you could kind of see when you have knives or you got muzzle flashes and stuff like that going off, so you could kind of pinpoint where what's coming from. But it was like in the daytime, you can't see nothing. You having a battle, so you might be getting stuff like, you know, stuff sparking off the ground and dust and rock kicking up, but it's like you really can't tell where that shit coming from unless you got a spotter who really, you know, can pinpoint where it's at. But for the most part, it's broad daylight. You on the side of a hill. There is no like covering or nothing like that, because it's just all hill and dirt and sand and rock or whatever. So you're in a firefight. If you don't know where it's coming from, you really can't see shit. You're just looking around trying to, you know, making a guess, I guess. Fishbowl sniper, mortar. Oof, adrenaline. I bet. Hey, this is my adrenaline right here, but I can't even imagine. Can't even. But I'm at the range, y'all, so I'm finna get out here, do my thing, get it popping. Somebody else just pulled up, but I think he's finna go over to the C range. That's cool. So let me get out here so I can take over this range real quick before somebody else try to get it from me. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Peace, Navy Vet. Holler at y'all. All right, close this out.